Guys, what's going on? Thank you so much for watching today. Today we are building a tiny modern home. I originally actually wanted this to be a micro home, but I struggle with not using that many tiles. So I was working on the shape of the house, the overall shape and layout and everything, as I do when I start a build. And then when I went to check on the tiles, there was just too many to make it a micro home. So I decided to stick with just a tiny home. I really liked the style and how it was turning out, and I really didn't want to sacrifice any extra tiles to make it a micro home. Now I know there is a trick where you can kind of like remove a wall and place it back, but I wanted it to be a true tiny home using the amount of tiles that are allowed for that. I mentioned in my last build that I wanted to work on something modern because it is a little bit different from what I have built recently or really ever. I tend to gravitate towards the cottage style rustic stuff when I build, and so I really wanted to take this opportunity and use a lot of like eco lifestyle, the blooming rooms kit of course because I use all the plants. There's a little bit of tiny living, but it's honestly mostly eco lifestyle and dream home decorator are the two main packs that I use in this build. However, there are lots of packs used in the build, and as always I do list everything down below, so if you check out my description it'll show you what packs are used in this build, so that you know if you want to download it, it is on the gallery in case you want to use it. Everything I build, all of my videos, all go up on the gallery for you guys to play with. So if you would like to do so, I hope you enjoy. But we are just working on the outside of the house right now, and I'm so sad. I was building away, watching a movie, and for some reason I paused the recording to like get up and go get a drink or something. I don't remember what. Maybe one of my dogs distracted me or something like that. But then when I sat back down, I didn't start recording again. So there's going to be a major jump in the build progress here in just a couple minutes because I basically do the outside, and right now we have this kind of like gray metal tone with the wood on the side. I end up changing it because I wanted it to be a little bit more warm in tone. I wanted the outside to be a warmer kind of color, so I actually went with orange, which is not one of my favorite colors, but I went with orange and the wood tones. So we changed that up just a little bit, and that's the part that I missed on camera, is actually changing the wallpaper and doing a little bit more of the decor and stuff like that for the outside. I don't miss too much, so I apologize, but I sat down to record and I completely forgot to hit the record button. So that's on me. But I'm really happy with how the outside of the house came out. We are building in, oh no, I'm totally gonna forget the name of it. We're in the eco lifestyle world, and I am completely blanking. Evergreen Harbor. There we go. I knew if I thought about it long enough, I would remember. I'm really bad at remembering what worlds go with what packs or the names of the worlds because I generally just like click on them and build in them. I don't really pay attention to what they're called. But Evergreen Harbor. Evergreen Harbor is what we are building in right now. And it's just that little lot that's in like the kind of city area. You can see it's all surrounded by concrete and whatnot. I wanted this to be a little bit more in like a suburban area, but this was kind of the best lot that I could find for that. So that's what we're working with. But this house, let's get into kind of who it's for. I put some little planters outside and obviously plants all over the place. So thinking that this is going to be for a single sim because it only does end up having a single bed in it. So it can't really be for more than one sim unless somebody sleeps on the couch, which would not be an ideal living situation. But it only has one bed, so it is for a single sim. I actually decorated this one thinking that it's going to be a newer build, and it doesn't have anybody moved in yet. So while I was thinking about this decor, I kind of tried to keep things a little bit more minimal. I feel like when I sit down to build, I tend to kind of over clutter sometimes because I feel like I want to add all the things and I want it to be really fun to look at and all the colors and all that kind of stuff. But I really wanted to keep this one a little bit more simple. So I was kind of picturing more staged home than anything while I was building this. So there's going to be like a few knickknacks and clutter things around, but not over the top. Like the bedroom is really simple. The kitchen has like a few kitchen-y things, but not over the top. So it basically should just look like whoever likes the style, you know, when you stage a home, you're making it kind of appeal to a wide variety of people. And I don't know if I exactly did that because I do use, you know, some colors and stuff like that here and there, but that was kind of my plan for that. So this little living area right here, Sim has a TV and then the couch, a plant, there's a little walk-in little table right when you walk in on the right hand side with a little bowl so you can like put your keys down, just some general boxes underneath. Storage in a tiny home is going to be a issue, so we need to make sure that you have places to store things. Using the Dream Home Decorator cabinets because they fit kind of this like modern theme I was going for. I wanted it to be nice and bright and open, so I really love that huge window in the kitchen with a small space. Obviously you want to kind of make it feel a little bit bigger so it doesn't feel so cramped, and I think that window just helps with that. I can totally imagine like standing there cooking or standing there washing the dishes or something like that and being able to look out into the front yard at the plants and those two little pots that I have out there for some gardening. Whoever is going to live here is, I think, going to like plants and maybe a little bit of gardening. I love the back patio though. So the back patio is actually my favorite part. It's pretty simple, but when we get there, it's just kind of some lounging couches and another little like planter thing so that you can do some like gardening and whatnot. Very like apartment style gardening because this is a smaller home. But yeah, so I really thought that the patio turned out really cute. So when we get there, you'll have to let me know how you like it. But just finding some clutter items for the kitchen, I was realizing as I was kind of cluttering this kitchen just a little bit, a lot of the kitchen clutter items that I use are again those kind of cottagey or rustic style objects. And so I was kind of sifting through. It took me a really long time to kind of sift through what would be used for like these open shelves because I didn't want to add any cabinets. I felt like cabinets might make it feel a little bit too closed in, and I again wanted it to feel nice and bright and open, but also just not confined, not any smaller than it is because it is already a small space. So I felt like having the open shelves accomplished that to kind of make it feel a little bit bigger, although you would have to be pretty organized if living here because there are no upper cabinets. Everything's going to be in the lower cabinets, which is why I used the 3-drawer counter so that there's lots of storage underneath. But open shelves means everybody can see what you're storing, and so you need to be very organized to make sure that it doesn't look messy all the time for people coming over. I did want to do the layout of this house in a way that was accommodating for entertaining. Although it is a small house, I wanted it to be able to be used for if somebody has a sim over, if, you know, they're hanging out and whatnot. The living room is pretty close to the dining room and the kitchen. You can kind of all be in the same space, and then incorporating that big sliding door to the patio, I really envisioned being able to like open that up and like keep it open to let lots of air and stuff through. So that was kind of my idea with the layout of the entire house. Moving into the bedroom, I completely forget where this bed is from, but I picked it specifically because it has drawers on the bottom, so more storage. We fit in a tall cabinet at the foot of the bed from the Dream Home Decorator shelving stuff, just for a little bit of storage for some clothes. And then that little side table is from Snowy Escape. It's honestly one of my favorite ones because I feel like a lot of the side tables are just oversized, and I find myself sizing them trim down one all the time because I feel like they're way too big and they're way too bulky. But the one from Snowy Escape is pretty perfect the way that it is because it's nice and skinny and slender, and I feel like it just looks nice next to the twin beds because the twin beds, to be honest, are a little bit weird in shape anyway, or weird in scale anyway, so I feel like that little side table fits perfectly. And then using some rugs from Laundry Day, I think they are, I thought they looked pretty good, kind of overlapped like that. Goodness gracious. I worked all day, you guys. I apologize. I am more than tired, but I really wanted to get this video out there for you. If you are new to the channel, this channel is new, but it is my second channel. So as I start a new job and am very busy with that, I still want to keep content coming on this channel, but it might just be a little bit slower than I originally anticipated. So bear with me, and I hope you're enjoying it and the content is worth the wait. But if you want to see more of my videos, more gameplay, different games, my main channel is called Simply Savannah, and you can find the links in the description below to go find over there. But if you're here specifically for Sims content, that is going to be what we focus on this channel, specifically Sims speed build content. I probably won't do any Let's Plays for a while, but I'm pretty just wanting to build. That's kind of what I like to do in The Sims. I don't necessarily like to actually play the game. I just like to build pretty things. But we finished the bathroom. It took me a while to figure out where to put things in the bathroom, only being a 2x2 square. So realistically, the toilet is probably a little bit close to the shower, but hopefully it works. I actually did not play test this, so apologies if there is any issues getting in and out of the shower, but I don't think there should be. I kind of scooted the toilet over a bit, so hopefully it'll all fit and it'll all work. But that's kind of how, the only way I could figure out how to fit everything in that little 2x2 square. But here we are moving on to the back patio, and I just absolutely love this little space. I envision any Sim that's gonna live here just being able to come out here and enjoy a glass of wine and just, you know, look at their garden, enjoy the outdoors, you know, outdoors in like weather, sunshine, fresh air, stuff like that, because I kind of was just envisioning like channeling kind of apartment living, even though this isn't an apartment, it's a tiny home, so it theoretically could have like an actual backyard where it goes out to grass and like a little bit extra room, but I did want to keep everything as small as possible just because that was kind of the feel that we were going for with this apartment, or this house, excuse me, this house. But yeah, with that, we are pretty much almost done. There are going to be some glamour shots at the very end. I really hope that you guys enjoyed and you enjoy this build. If you are, do hit that subscribe button. It really does help me out. Leaving a like helps me out even more, and I greatly do appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye!